Thumbnails, ladies and gentlemen, thumbnails. Welcome back. We are here. It is halfway through, give or take. We're coming halfway to the halfway point of 2018. And like last year, I'm going to do my best books I've read in 2018 so far. Now, my rule with this list is they're not books that have come out in 2018. I don't include rereads in this list at all. So, I'm going to start with the Queens of Acre. This is a high fantasy epic retelling of King Lear. It flips a lot on its head. It has a lot in common with the Game of Thrones. I loved it. It was a nice, strong adult fantasy. Really well written, great characters, beautiful world building. And this is the ARC, which is a thing of beauty in itself. And yes, it's in a blue baggie. But the actual, it blew me away. I was not expecting to like this either. That's what's ironic. I requested it thinking I've made a mistake. I was bloody wrong. So this, The next one is The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This is not a book I would have picked up. Somebody's going to be murdered at ball tonight. It won't appear to be a murder, so the murderer won't be caught. It really pulls you in on this really epic journey through this beautifully crafted world and characters. I was genuinely this is not a book I would have went, oh, I want to read this. This was a book that was passed on to me, and I've been genuinely blown away by it, and that surprised me. It's mind-bending. That's the word for it, it's mind-bending. Another crime novel on my list so far, The Smiling Man by Joseph Knox. Joseph Knox is a phenomenal crime writer. He is the former crime buyer for Waterstone. I love his writing. His debut novel was amazing too, Sirens. And this was just as amazing. He writes these really brilliant, dysfunctional characters. He's uncompromising, it's dark, it's gritty, and if you've not read him yet and you're a crime reader, go to Waterstones, go to your bookstore, go wherever and pick up this bloody book. Pick up his work, you will love it. Tomorrow. This surprised me again. This was someone I know told me I needed to read this book, and I read it. It's about an immortal dog looking for his owner. There is a sense of magical realism to this. I've reviewed this book on my channel, but like always, no one ever watches book reviews, so like 50 people watched it and no one cared. This is spectacular, and I will say Britain got the best deal with the cover. It's beautiful. It's all from the dog's perspective. It's magical realism mixed with historical fiction. I've never read anything like it, and I'm amazed this book has not got more love on booktube. The Surface Breaks, a reimagining of The Little Mermaid. This was another one that someone said to me I needed to read. By the way, pretty. But I'm always put off. The Little Mermaid is one of my favourite fairy tales by Hans Christian Andersen. And this blew me away. I read it and I couldn't put it down. It's scholastic. I'm not sure of the audience this is aimed at. I don't think it's a kid's book, and I don't think it's YA. Partly because of the language and a lot of things are implied. So I'm quite surprised this is scholastics. I'll put that out there. It's a very interesting flip on the usual Little Mermaid story. It's a very dark flip on the Little Mermaid story, and quite a shocking one in places. And we come to The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. This is spectacular. This is her debut novel. I've had the great pleasure of meeting her. If you watch the Derby Book Festival videos, you'll know this is a signed version. Fantastic writer. I love this. I love 17th century England. I love the mystery of everything that it pulls you in with. I love the fact that this book is just brilliant. I've reviewed this on my channel as well, and I can't, I'm not going to retread reviews, but this, it got me. It hit all those right notes, and I just went into this and I couldn't put it down. I read it from cover to cover in the space of a weekend, and I've read it through twice now, and just so well done, and I wish her all the luck, and I can't wait to see what she comes out with next. So those are my best books that I've read so far this year. This list may change. I will do a wrap up on the year like I did last year in December, and we'll see if these books still feature in it or not. What I will say is I want to know what you guys have been reading. What are your favourite books of this year so far? What would you recommend that I pick up? Any books that I've missed that you think should be on the list? Have you read any of these? I mean, seriously, have you guys read any of these?